In the previous video, we had spoken about what an ISBAR chart is and we went through each of the details in this bar chart. Today, we are going to speak about few examples of how to use ISBAR chart. I would like to give you an example of a patient scenario where we can use the ISBAR chart to communicate to a doctor. So I have a post-operative patient who has undergone a laparotomy. The patient did lose nearly 2 liters of blood during the surgery. The patient is getting oxygen via nasal prongs. The patient is connected to IV solution. Patient has a catheter in situ for urine drainage, but the urine looks very dark and concentrated. The patient is connected to a PCA, that is a patient-controlled analgesia, and the patient has antibiotics going on. All the blood studies are normal, but the vital signs are a bit awkward. The heart rate is 120 beats per minute, blood pressure 95-60 millimeters of mercury, respiratory rate is 25 per minute, temperature is 37.2 degrees Celsius. So according to the ISBAR, if I am making a communication, what I do is I ring the number whoever I need to contact and I say, is this Dr. Richard? I'm Janet. I'm the nurse in 2B ward and I'm calling about Mr. Johns. I'm calling because my patient's new score is 10. Some people might thinking about what new score is. We shall discuss about new score in our coming up episodes. So my patient's new score is 10 with a respiratory rate of 25, heart rate is 120, blood pressure is 95-60, temperature is 37.2. The patient is on oxygen via nasal prongs, 2 liters. Patient has a catheter in situ. IV fluid is on flowing. Antibiotics is being given and PCA is running. So I said about my situation and then the background. I'm also telling that my patient came up on such and such date for a laparotomy and did lose 1.2 liters of blood during the surgery. The patient does not have any relevant medical or surgical history in the past. I say that because it is not mentioned in the question. So next is assessment part. Now I say, I think my patient is going hypovolemic. So that is because my patient had lost 1.2 liters of blood and the blood pressure is going down with an increased heart rate in spite of giving the IV solution. So this is my assessment. I tell to the doctor about it. If you do not know what the assessment is, as I told you earlier, you can skip, but it is always recommended to give an assessment. And according to the news chart, if the patient has a score of 10, obviously the patient has to be reviewed immediately. So I say in my recommendation part, I would like my patient to be reviewed immediately. The doctors might be agreeing to it and come up straight away, or if not so, then you have to have the potential to talk to the doctor and bring them and see the patient as early as possible. How do you say that? You will have to emphasize on the patient's vital signs and the new score in order to push on the doctor to come and see the patient. So here I will be saying that, doctor, my patient's new score is 10. My patient is going hypotensive with tachycardia. I'm worried about my patient. I need my patient to be seen immediately. As per the news protocol, a patient who has a new score of 7 or more has to be seen immediately. So that is my urge to say that my patient has to be seen immediately. This is just an example of a scenario which I have given. There can be scenarios where there is no news chart available or no vital signs available, but it might be just descriptions about the patient's condition or how the patient expresses. For example, if a patient has met with a motor traffic accident and undergone an intramedullary nailing and external fixation. So the patient had been for a long surgery, came out of the theater and is in the ward. The patient started getting agitated with an increased heart rate. The pedal pulse is normal. The neurovascular assessment is normal. But the patient is complaining of pain on the left leg on movement. So you gave some analgesics to the patient. The patient calmed down for an hour. But then later, the patient started getting distressed. The patient is expressing increased pain. The heart rate is going up. The patient is sweating. Temperature is fine. But when you're trying to palpate the pulse, the left lower leg pulse is not palpable. Patient is saying, my legs are very cold. I'm feeling tight. It's distressed. I can't take it anymore. There you do not have a news chart in the question. Okay, and you might have a neurovascular assessment chart which does not give a scoring. And hence there is no protocol to say what to do according to the scores. So what you do here is you assess the patient's condition and work accordingly. So in this situation, you call the doctor, you check the identification of the doctor, you introduce yourself, you say whom you're talking about, and in the situation, you will say that, doctor, my patient is complaining of terrible pain. Heart rate is going up, he's sweating, but the temperature is fine. I cannot find the pulse on the left lower leg where the surgery has been done. It's very cool to touch and the patient is complaining of tightness. That is my situation. In the background, I would say that my patient is so many years old who came into the theater for intramedullary nailing and external fixation after a motor traffic accident. He or she came into the ward, and later on the patient started getting agitated with increased heart rate. Pedal pulse was normal at that stage. Neurovascular assessment was normal. I gave some analgesics and the patient did settle for an hour. But now the patient is in terrible agony. My next step would be assessment. So what do I think has gone wrong here? So it is a surgery and the post-surgical complications. So what I think is compartment syndrome. So I think my patient is going through compartment syndrome. So please come and assess the patient immediately. So this is just a gist of how an ISBAR is being used. If you need more clarifications or if you have any doubts regarding the same, please put into your comment box and we shall try and answer you as much as we can up to our level best. So thank you for watching and listening. Hope this has been a very informative and helpful and useful video for all the nurses working in different scenarios. All the best. Take care and please stay tuned with 3 Kandaris.